We want you to be part of the show. Email us with your financial questions. Ask about the Defense Credit Union Council. Tell us what topics you want to hear about, or just let us know what's on your mind. We'll give you the address in a few minutes. But now, more of Home and Family Finance with Talley Berry.
My guest is the renowned and the respected Elliot Eisenberg, Doctor of Economics, who joins us as we kind of wade our way through where we should be and where we are in terms of our awareness. I'm talking about you at the kitchen table, you who normally in the past has not really cared except that, hey, okay, I know things are happening, but what does it mean? We have a new president, and he comes in with some new ideas. And Elliot, I want to talk about briefly this. One of the things that seems to be part of this businessman's approach is that the truth is not so important. You do what you have to do. And yet we also understand that economics is based on some very firm principles. Is there a disconnect here?
I mean, Trump's trying to do a whole bunch of stuff. He's not quite figured it out yet, but he's getting there. And I think reality is bumping him in the head. He sees that there's not an ample supply of money, and that the conservative wing of the Republican Party won't let him do what he wants. And he won't be able to do fiscal stimulus and have interest rates stay low. He's got to make some compromises like everybody else does. And even though you're president of the United States, you don't get what you want.
He doesn't always speak quite the truth about things, or he changes his mind. And my question, okay, and my question is, in economics, in your field, can you get away with that and not have a negative impact?
Well, it depends how you think about negative impact. If you look back to deficits increased quite substantially and under W's term. During a very good economy, it was unfortunate that they did. And the attitude basically among Dick Cheney and W's advisors was deficits don't really matter. In the short run, they don't. You can get away with things. In the long run, eventually they catch up with you. We're getting closer to the point where they begin to matter. The problem now is GDP growth is relatively slow and not going to improve. And these deficits this total debt is going to have to be financed. This is going to take an increasingly large amount of GDP. So we're getting closer to the day of reckoning. We no longer can be quite as frivolous as we were. No, we don't have that luxury.
What do we need to do? I'm talking about the mom and pop out there. I'm talking about Mr. and Mrs. America, who are concerned because they want stability. They want to see stability. What do we need to do? What's our part in all of this, if any part at all?
Oh, no, we have a strong part. The part we have is to make our balance sheets relatively strong. We don't want to, borrow too much. Don't reach extra to buy a fancy car. Don't buy more house than you can afford. Live within your means. These are the best advice I can possibly give you. We can't control what the federal government will do and how much our taxes will go up or down or whatever is going to happen. Up, probably. But we certainly can control our own behavior. And being prepared, have money for a rainy day, buy a house that's $20,000, $30,000 less than your neighbors or something, or than the bank will lend you for. Be prudent. That's the single most important thing, because if you're prudent, you're much more bulletproof than you are if you're overextended.
Have you noticed in terms of, and by the way, folks, Dr. Eisenberg has been invited to testify before lawmakers and is often asked to comment on proposed legislation. His research and opinions have been featured in Bloomberg, Business Week, Bureau of National Affairs, Forbes, Fortune, and many other publications. The thing that I love about Elliot is that he can talk to you in a way that, and to me in a way that we can understand this business of economics. Have you noted from your audience, from the questions that you receive, from the issues that you are facing, have you noticed a different approach by the audience, by the American audience, in terms of what's happening in terms of economics here?
Oh, yes. No question. I think since the election, I think I can say with certainty, since the election of President Trump, there's no question people are starving for economic information. The amount of time I spend on Q&A now has gone way up. People buttonholing me in corridors and hallways when they discover I'm an economist, and they ask me all kinds of questions. People are often ill-informed, but they are very curious and very interested. So, yes, there's heightened awareness now of what's going on. I think, as we mentioned earlier, we're more aware, we care more, and Trump is certainly disturbing the apple cart. We can argue for good or for bad, but it's certainly a change.
It is a change, and I'm as a part of the media, there seems to be a much more awareness that there is a change, that the new administration comes in with some new ideas. I want to talk more about those ideas from your perspective, and also from the perspective that people are aware and are concerned about it. And I guess just to start that process before we take a break is, should they be concerned?
Sure, absolutely. This stuff matters to us substantially. Bad economic decisions at the White House and congressional level will come back to haunt us, or vice versa. It could be great.
My guest is the esteemed doctor of economy, and just fantastic, Elliot Eisenberg. As we take this at a level that we think makes it important for people to understand. And that's the whole idea, coming to you in a way that you can say, okay, how does this affect me? When we come back, we'll hear more. Stay with us.